Hello and welcome back to another episode of Jace Butchers and Art Style. And today's art style that we're going to try to draw in is marbles, or marble if you want to have the correct name. But my nicknames are just superior. I'm just going to call it the McDouble. Don't question me on that. But today's journey starts with the sketch. As you can see, I already have a bunch of her sketches down here for reference, and I also have just regular drawings on another layer, but right now I'm going to hide that because we need to get the sketch done first before we can actually get to the rest of it. First thing, the sketch. I need a brush. That's the first thing I need. Now, the head that she uses for her style is a lot more like a human head. This shaped much different compared to mine, and I did try to practice, drawing a human head yesterday. That went pretty horribly. In other words, I quit. But I figured out there's this thing called circle, and I'm gonna use it so I don't have to deal with that. Because you could just, watch. You could just get like a somewhat of a circle first. Now, maybe is that? I think that's a good base to start off. To know the center of the body. So let me get a new layer so I can create circle, and then I can adjust this wherever I want it. I think I might have needed a little bit smaller of a circle, but I don't know. Her head's kind of like a bigger head. Well, this is just the sketch. I gotta remember this. This is just the sketch. We can work on it a little bit more later. There we go. I think that actually will work right there. Let me erase just a little bit of this. That's making it look weird now. Let me get back on this layer, this actual line. I don't have Bob today to add some commentary, whatever, like his crazy stuff that he says, so I'm gonna have to think a little bit more on what, to say during this. Unlike the Bob, which has kind of been a little bit more easy on me, because sometimes Bob would just say, crazy stuff, and it allowed me to have a little bit of commentary. I don't got that today. I got just me and my, wonderful mind, which you should probably be afraid of that. There we go, that's a head. Let me fix this a little bit. There we go, that's not... It needs a little bit more, fine-tuning, but, we're getting close, y'all. We're getting really close to something that's workable for right now. That's too much. Again, what is that? Jace, come on. Why are heads? It's this part right here. It's this part right here where I have to connect the little cheekbone, what would be the cheek, to the actual, forehead. That's the hard part for me. That's like the hardest part of drawing a human-like head. For me. No, that's not it. What if I erase this? Erase this. Just a second. I'm trying to erase just enough so I know where the old line is. And then set it down a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Think that could actually maybe work. We're getting closer, okay? Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Hold your horses, man. Hold your britches. We're almost there. I think that works. What about y'all? No? Too bad. I'm doing it anyways. Look at that. I created a head. Y'all should be proud of me. That only took like 7 minutes. Looks like in the sketch we don't actually start with necks, we just start with, just have more of like rough shapes, which kind of smart to do that. Okay, that's weird, but I think it also worked. Maybe I don't know what I don't know what I am doing, which shouldn't be a surprise to anybody at this point, because half the time I don't know. Not half, I'd say more than half the time I don't know what I'm doing. But there we go. That's the start of something. Whether or not it's good or not is a whole nother ordeal. Now, where do we want these hands? We just have like little blobs for now, which is fine by me. Makes it way easier and saves the hard part for later, because most of the time, I already get my hands done. I need to make sure these are the right size, though. I need to, think a little bit, but also still have commentary. A lot of the times with my arms, I already draw, like, the hand out, so then it's already ready when I get to the actual putting the details in, but she doesn't do that, so we're not going to do it. I think that works. Again, this is a very weird way of sketching to me. It's just quite a little bit different, but that gets our sketch done, I think. Let me move it to this gray. And the bucket changes all these lines to be gray. Now, hear me out, y'all. It's called gray gloss. Now it's going to give this really faint gray, allowing me with the new fresh black to actually draw. Oh, that's filling. To actually draw and be able to see what I'm drawing on top of the already sketch. Yeah. Now on to the Inkling mask, which in theory I should get, but of course I am Jace Harrod, so you never know. If I do that, I'm not talking too much because I'm really just trying to focus on how to actually draw. Then come up like that. Just a second. Just a second. I gotta get rid of that nose. The nose is getting in the way for the. Don't erase. No, I'm erasing stuff that doesn't need to be there. Now with the actual regular eye layout, let me. And this is just a sketch for right now. I think this could actually come together to make something. That, or I'm just going deeper down a rabbit hole that is not going to actually be working on anything. She's never done this hairstyle in her style, so I'm completely winging it here. This was not, again, why do I find myself in the dumbest situation? It would have been way easier if I just would have, drawn Kira. I have about 9 million references for that. But no, I have to do the one character with the one hairstyle she's never done. Anyhow. There we go, I think that, again, I think this works, but I don't really know what I'm doing. Other than, making a mess and probably Marble screaming at me at the top of her lungs like, why on earth are you doing it that way? Stop, stop, stop. This is not how you do it. That's what I assume is going on, because I'm completely, and utterly beefing this thing. Getting Kalis's head on this big fat forehead is gonna be so much fun. Is that fun, really? I don't know if I could say fun. I mean, it's gonna be fun, but is it the good fun? That's a whole nother question. Let me, again. I'm almost getting it. There we go. Really close. There we go. He has like a little, whatever that is on his head is. And I need to do the little cuts in the actual hair. And then I got some other things to worry about. There's cut 1. Need to cut 2. And then cut 3. Should be a third cut. Again, very strange. It's like 3 cuts. I think that actually works. And I think it fits the style fine, but I also need, seeing how every hairstyle also has that thickness that I don't do too often on my characters because I'm lazy, I kind of need to do that. So we're gonna push through it, y'all, and we're gonna work on the extra little layer right here. I really want to be lazy and not add this actual thickness of the Inkling hair, but this is not my style and I don't get to choose those decisions. Yeah. There we go, that adds some thickness. I think this is actually coming together, y'all. Now I just need to add the little ding right there, and then we'll be on our way. The rest of the body. Now the neck, trying to see how thick the neck is. Seems like a fair, like that. That should be like a fair, like thick. Like it's not too thick, but it's thick of a neck. I don't draw careless enough to know his clothes too well, where I know how to draw it in my normal style, so it could help, you know, draw in a different style. But no, if I was doing Kira, yeah, I would know how to do it because I've drawn her 9 million times. But I'm doing careless, so I don't draw all the time. I don't know why I just don't do easy stuff. Instead, I have to make it extra hard for myself. I'm not the brightest critter in the box. Man, I actually think I got it. Never mind. I got it, y'all. Don't worry, your boy has got it covered. In other words, you should be very wordy instead. Definitely a lot more easy and, you know, not quite as much on the folds that I do. I'm much more heavy when it comes to folding the folds on the clothes. I'm much more heavy on that than her. When it comes to clothes, trying to figure out how they set on the actual, like, flesh is kind of a little bit strange to do. Because in one area, like this right here, let's say it. Like, boom. That's setting on the flesh. But then at the same time, this right here is slightly setting on the flesh, but not sitting on the flesh when you get right here. When it goes right down there, it's not. So then, this is not sitting on the flesh, but this is. And then you got this mess, which that's a whole nother thing, which usually confuses me quite a lot. Just go like that. I'm really not saying too much at the moment because hands, my worst enemy. Actually, no, feet are my worst enemy. Scratch whatever I said just now. Feet are much worse, which is why I'm not even trying to do them at the moment. Because I wanted nothing I got away with the last challenge with this one. I got away with feet. I somehow achieved that. Didn't want to do with that, and definitely not on digital. And I don't know what I'm doing. I think I know a lot more of what I'm doing compared to, you know, painting with Bob. I know a lot more of what I'm doing here than there, but I don't really know what I'm doing in general. Okie dokie, I think we are ready for coloring. I think. Okay, now we have a fresh layer. We can just fill these. It's nothing too complicated there, but then in the actual... actually, wait. I'm on the wrong layer. I gotta put it down. Now I'm on the right layer. I need to be a layer below. There we go. And now I need to get his eyebrows. Now, I don't know why I decided to go with, like, a different color when it comes to his eyebrows. Like, I really don't know why I decided to go with this blue instead of, you know, just the normal ink color. But, you know, why not? I don't know why. Now, how does 900 black little dots keep getting, like, where does these dots come from? I do not understand. Okie dokie, now we have the colors done. I don't know why the colors kind of look a little bit strange. Maybe that's just because we don't have shading and lighting on. I don't know, but we're gonna go with it. But whatever these britches are, I think it needs to be a little, don't do that. Let me just switch it to where it's just a bit darker, so it's just, you know, has a little bit of I know we're gonna shade and stuff later. But I do want it to have a little bit of contrast compared to this. There we go. I think that adds like enough contrast where it's not too eye-hurting. But there we go. Now, for y'all that don't know, that don't really do digital art or just don't know too much in general, the lasso and the magic wand sets like a little boundary. So you have this black, see right there? Watch this. It only keeps in what you're actually trying to draw. I figured out this a couple months ago, and it's been one of the greatest tools to ever exist. One reason why I'm really excited to do like the actual lighting part of this is because a lot of my style when it comes to lighting and stuff, especially on like digital, because that's really the only thing I know how to light, I took a lot of notes from her style. Now I've, made it into my own, but I definitely took quite a lot of notes when it comes to her style. Is you do your first little layer on top, then you do this. There's a second. Then you do this. See? And now I don't really do the, straight white. She does like the straight white. I don't really do that, but she does. But I just go lighter, lighter, lighter. I took some notes from that. Now, I used to do just that, but then, in my style, I add the little blend tool where I can just blend it all together. But she doesn't do that. She just keeps it raw. This is probably going to be the easiest part of the drawing, is the shading and lighting. Just because I'm very used to shading in a very similar fashion. Except, I blend mine together. And it's driving me crazy not blending them together. Oh, I really, really want to get this blur. And just blur it and blend it together. Guys, look at that. That's how it would know. But I can't do that because it's not... I can't do that. I want to do it though, but I can't. That kind of looks like a shark fin right there. Is it? Maybe a Dorito. Like a shark fin or a Dorito. Well, shark fins kind of look like Doritos, and Doritos kind of look like shark fins to begin with, so... It's a shark fin Dorito. When you have Doritos, do you ever, play with the Doritos like it's like a shark? I used to do that a lot when I was a little kid. Definitely don't still do that just a little bit at all today. Definitely don't. I'm definitely not weird. That's not true at all. Here we go. Try it now. Getting the shading on the black is always something hard, no matter what it is, because it's black. So you don't want to go too black. But you also need to go black so it can actually shade something. Blacks are like the worst enemy when it comes to shading. Lighting, it's fine. Shading, yeah, not so much. I did the regular shading and lighting on the regular line layer instead of a layer for shading and lighting. Ugh. How did I not notice that? You gotta have like a little background. And what type of background that is, I don't know. I'll figure that out in a second. Trust me here, I know what I'm doing. I need a new layer. That's what I need. Do we get a little bit of yellow? Is that fair? I don't know what I'm doing. Now we'll get a little bit of orange. Orange. And now I need some red. I think that works. I think I did the style correctly. I have no idea. It looks fine. I think I did the head a little bit too big. And again, I don't really like the boxy shape that I made with the body. I think it could have worked a little bit better on that. Overall, though, I think it worked nicely. I still want to blend these together. I really want to do it, but I can't. I really want to, though. Well, comment down below your thoughts on this monstrosity and what styles you would like to see me draw in next. But if you like this video, you're probably going to like the one where I draw in McDouble's art style and also smell markers. You just got to go watch it. But as for me, adios, artichokes.